I'll tell you when we're live. All right, I am here. Good morning, everybody, with Cheryl with 50 Corridor TMA, and we are so excited to have her here. We have been partnering on a few different events. We're excited. We just partnered on one with our garage sale that you Stone Creek neighbors know about. You were there, so they helped sponsor that event, and we were so excited to partner with them. And they are really big on, reducing your carbon footprint and walking and biking to work. And they have a lot of cool perks for residents that you may not know about. So I'm just really excited to be here with Cheryl and learn more about the organization and share it with you all. So Cheryl, why don't you start off with just telling us a little bit about you and the organization and kind of what your mission is and what you guys are here to do.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks for having me. So the 50 Corridor Transportation Management Association, or TMA, we're a nonprofit organization. We've been around in this community since 1994. And really, we help people choose sustainable transportation. So that includes walking, biking, carpooling, taking transit, which could mean the bus or light rail in our area, could be Amtrak. And our goal in working with residents is really to help them save money, be more active, reduce their carbon footprint. Everybody has a little bit different motivation, but what we find is that using sustainable transportation, it just makes people feel good. And exactly how it makes them feel good might be a little bit different for everyone. But it's also very easy to just jump in your car because most of us have cars, and that's sort of the default mode. And when we look around us, what we see are roads and cars. And it's sort of easy to get isolated in that, driving everywhere. And so what we're doing is also trying to help build community, because you get to engage with the world a little bit differently when you walk or bike or take transit. And we're here to really help people try those modes and have those new experiences, and then hopefully make them a part of your life on a regular basis. But we're really just here to be a resource and to help people think about their travel habits, try something new. And for those that really want to set a goal for themselves and really change their behavior, we can definitely support you in doing that.
Got it. That's great to share that. And I think you're right. When people are out exercising and you get those endorphins versus like being in your car, and you do have the opportunity, like you said, to connect with other people. If you're, walking, you can say hello, versus in your car, it's all you, figuring out where to go next, and kind of, it gets you out of your comfort zone sometimes too. But the health benefits are big too, because people are looking, especially after the pandemic, to, not be in isolation, especially if you work from home. And it's like, gosh, all these Zoom meetings, or, it's a lot of people are permanently working from home now. So awesome. And then can you tell
us?
And
it's not to say that, there's great things about driving in a car too. And a lot of people enjoy the privacy or the downtime. Yes. But there's also a lot of studies showing, when you have like little interactions with people on a daily basis, it's good for your mental health, like talking to a bus driver or just talking to somebody else on the light rail, or when you're out walking and you kind of meet somebody else's eye. Like, these little moments do improve our quality of life. And sometimes we forget that those are options. So in addition to like the endorphins and the good stuff you get from moving your body, there's these kinds of interpersonal benefits too.
Yeah, I love that. And being able, like you said, to be able to talk to someone, and we're on our phones so much that like, hey, there's somebody next to you, like say hello. And those interactions you never have if you're just
smile. Yeah.
Totally. And then what areas do you guys like serve, or what's part of your territory as far as who can participate? And I'd love to know like how you can what programs you have in place to hold people accountable if they do want to set goals.
Yeah, so we actually do work from city of Sacramento, downtown, working with a lot of big employers, all the way out to like the western slope of the Sierras, but mostly along the US 50 corridor. So that's where our name comes from. And so we are just a general resource to anybody living in this community about, how to use sustainable transportation more often. But I would say we work most intensely with our member organizations, which are workplaces that pay an annual membership fee to the organization. And we work with their employees to help people bike to work, walk to work, take transit to work. We do fun events that can be kind of team building or just, fun. Like we'll bring in bike mechanics to a workplace. People bring in their bikes and just get them tuned up while they're at work for the day. Or we do transit field trips where we just take people out at lunchtime, get on the light rail, go through the process of here's how you buy fare and here's where you stand on the platform and here's how you open the door. Go a few stops, come back. So these things that just help people open their eyes to their transportation options a bit more. So we work with organizations doing that kind of thing. And then we work in communities. And so we work in the Stone Creek, Zinfandel community. We work in Anatolia, which is down Sunrise and Rancho Cordova. We work in Capitol Village, which is right next door to Stone Creek. We do work in Rosemont and then some other communities that are sort of over near Elk Grove. And later this year, we'll be starting work in Folsom in the sort of new south of 50 communities. And with residents, it's a similar kind of program where we're just a general resource. You can call us, email us. And like if you just moved to the area, or maybe you're changing jobs or something in your life is changing and you're like, I wonder what my options are for getting to and from this place. Or maybe your kid just started driving and suddenly like you don't have your car as much as you used to. Like, what are your options for getting around? So we're always available just as a one-on-one resource to talk about how to get around, how to get from point A to point B. But we also do a lot of events and programming in the communities. So in Stone Creek and these other communities, we do a lot of events to help people get out on their bikes. So you may have seen, like we do the same kind of bike repair events. You come out, get your bike tuned up for free. We'll get you rolling again. We also do community bike rides. So if you're not familiar with the bike lanes or the bike paths in your community, these are opportunities to go out. They're really like slow paced, easy rides to just expose people to the bike facilities that exist in their neighborhood. We also have an incentive program that we call Sustainable Trips. So if you want to walk, bike, carpool, take transit more, we will pay you to do that. So we use an online platform where you go and you log those trips. Like I carpooled, 75 miles today. For every 10 trips that you log, we'll pay you $50. And you can do that 11 times in a year. So you get up to $550 in a year just for trading some of your driving trips for more sustainable trips. So again, that's if you live in Stone Creek, Capitol Village, Anatolia, or some of our other communities that we serve more intensely. But yeah, we do other programs like we'll bring folks from a bike shop out to the community with a bunch of e-bikes. Everybody sees e-bikes zipping around these days and they look fun, but you're not really sure how it works or what it's like. So here's an opportunity to just try out an e-bike. And then you can always follow up if you're interested in buying one, or you can start to shop around more in a more informed way. But just trying it for the first time is such a fun experience. And then we also offer a program to residents called Guaranteed Ride. So again, if you are trying to use a sustainable mode to get somewhere, and it's not just for work, you could be trying to get to your friend's house or try to get to church or like the gym or whatever. Say you're trying to bike somewhere and you're sort of on a timeline and you grab your bike, put your helmet on, it has a flat tire and you don't have time to change it. Grab an Uber or a Lyft and we will actually reimburse you for that trip.
Wow.
Similarly, like say you took light rail downtown to work and your kid is sick. And so you need to get back to school or to their daycare quickly to pick them up. you can take a taxi from downtown, or you can do Uber and Lyft. And again, we'll pay for that ride. It's kind of like an insurance policy for using sustainable transportation. We don't want people to not take light rail because they're afraid they might one day have to get home quickly. And that, it just eases the burden a little bit to know that you'll get a free ride. And so you can use that up to 5 times during the year, that guaranteed ride program. So those
Wow.
are some of the main highlights. We're always kind of evolving our programming, and obviously coming out of the pandemic, we had to really rethink a lot of what we were doing. So this is all relatively new, and we're always coming up with new programming, new events, and we're very open to, what a residents might be interested and might be helpful for them.
Got it. Wow. There's so many programs. My head's like spinning of like, oh, you could do this. And then so for the people where they would get reimbursed for that ride, is that for those specific communities that you're more?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So it's Stone Creek, it's Anatolia, it's Capitol Village.
Yep.
Those are pretty much the 3 for now that you guys would honor that program? Or?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that's huge. I was thinking about a few more things, but and I think even like for kids to come out, and because there might be parents who can't afford to service their kids' bikes, or, and like to have that service. But again, this is why we're doing this live, is so that people have that awareness. And I think for the public transportation, like, I don't know when I've, ridden, probably when I was in high school, it's like, I didn't have a car and I had to take the bus to my first job, and we just couldn't afford a car. But now thinking like, you're right, like, where do you stand and where do you go? And the fear of maybe the unknown is what stops people from even using that. It's like, I'll just get in my car. It's easier. I don't have to learn this new thing. And so I love that you guys have those outings for businesses and people to just like take away maybe that unknown, so that they will maybe try it and use that.
Yeah, we're starting to plan for Clean Air Day, which happens the first week of October every year. And this year we're going to try to do a sort of transit buddy system where to encourage people to try light rail or try the bus, we're going to organize a bunch of volunteers to be at designated stations on that day. I think it's like the first Wednesday of October. So that when you get to a station, you'll see somebody in like a branded t-shirt and you'll know they're there to help you.
Yeah.
Like figure out the fare and where to stand and exactly how it works, and just like chat with you while you wait, because it is hard and scary to try new things when there's a lot of unknowns, and when there's like people around that you're not familiar with, you don't know what to expect. But we have found over and over again that if somebody just invites you to try that new thing, and you feel like you're not doing it entirely alone, that makes all the difference. And so, so we're thinking about how we can just offer people a little bit of support that day as like a, one big event, to just get people out more and have them feel more supported in trying something new.
Yeah.
I'll also just say, you mentioned schools, and we also do some programming in Anatolia at the 2 elementary schools there. So Sunrise and McGarvey elementary schools. And I think in the past, the organization also worked at Navigator Elementary, which is in the Stone Creek, Zinfandel area. But we haven't in the last couple of years. But at McGarvey and Sunrise, we do this programming where we have parent volunteers that help, and the students have these barcode tags on their backpacks. And for those that walk and bike to school in the morning, we have parent volunteers there with phones scanning. They scan the barcodes, and it sends a text message to their parents saying, hey, your student arrived safely. And so it's great for parents because they feel more comfortable letting their kid walk or bike on their own. Many of them still choose to walk and bike with them. But also the school and the principal and the staff are super supportive of this program. And so they use the stats from that scanning program to do little competitions and give away prizes. And so then, like every other Friday at their assembly, the principal will give out the Golden Bicycle Award to one student that walked or biked to school that week. And they set little goals and do little competitions for themselves, like during the month of May, when it's May is Bike Month. They'll set a goal of, we want to have 100 kids biking to school in a day. And so they'll, and then if they do that, the principal's gonna like work outside in the recess yard for a day, and they make it fun. And those the kids and the parents love it, because like I hear from parents all the time that when their kids walk and bike to school, they come home happier, they come home like hungrier. The kids get their energy out. It's so great to get to help foster that habit and that culture early. And then we hope that the kids will encourage their parents to get out on their bike or to walk more too. And it becomes a family thing. But that's another program that we do that is just really, really fun and rewarding.
Yeah, I love that. And having kids of my own, it's like in the school age, like I love that you scan the tags, because I'm like, the one brother's probably gonna, I don't even know, like, are they gonna get there safe? But I think
Right.
as a parent, that does ease your mind. And then I would love to chat with you offline more about like helping you if you want to get back into Navigator, but also like what else, because I just think that's huge. And like you said, because they are sitting at their desk so often and they only get like 40 minutes of recess throughout the whole day, which I think most of us know, like it's not enough, let them outside more. But I think that to and from, it just gets that little burst of energy out and it gets them in nature and different things. So I think that's a really cool program.
Yeah. And then sometimes we'll do events with the school kids and the school community too. So last month we did a bike ride from McGarvey Elementary to the new Dutch Bros that's right at Sunrise in Douglas. And Dutch Bros was kind enough to donate drinks for everyone. So we like had this mass of, I think we had 80 or 90 kids and their parents riding through the streets, show up at Dutch Bros like some sort of biker gang, have some smoothies and things, and then ride back. And so we showed everyone, this is right in your neighborhood. You can actually bike there and feel safe doing it. And hopefully more people choose to do that rather than, drive the short distance.
Yeah. Yeah. What a great way to get the community together too. It's like, it's serving a lot of different purposes.
Yeah.
So just moving on, I guess, how can members of the community get involved, like to learn more about you guys or sign up for some of these programs? What's the best way? And then what upcoming events do you have that people need to know about, if any? I know you said the November thing, but.
Yeah, so you can go to our website. It's 50corridor.com. So that's 50corridor.com. You can also email us at team@50corridor.com. And that's a good place to just send your inquiries. But on our website, you'll also see forms you can fill out to get more information. But yeah, that's the best place to reach us for just, again, if you have a question about like, what's the best way to get here? Or I have this commute that I'm doing and it sucks. Like, what are my options? We're happy to just schedule time to talk to you one-on-one. There's also a survey on our website that you can fill out, and it does take like 5 minutes probably. It sort of walks you through your travel habits. Like, how often do you bike? How often do you take transit? And we can use that information to then offer more customized or more personalized options. So again, for people who want to set a goal for themselves, like I would really like to bike somewhere, once a week, make at least one bike trip a week, we can help do that. Or if you want to take transit more, those are the kinds of things that we can help you with. If you're looking for a carpool buddy, and I think we're also going to do a lot more with this in the coming year, trying to set up events or maybe online spaces where people can find carpool buddies. Because if you live right near each other, you have to go, a long distance, like somebody's driving to the bay, or you have to get to Elk Grove once a week. It can be great to find a carpool buddy and talk about like social mental health benefits. Like when I've had to carpool somewhere or catch a ride back from someplace, I've often made new friends. And I think that can be a great way to get to just like feel more rooted in your community. But yeah, we will be doing more programming to help connect people with carpool buddies. So if you're interested in that, you can also reach out to us. And we have some current resources, like some online resources to find potential carpool buddies. And I think we'll be doing more this year to try to get the word out and build more of a network to make that more of an option. So if like a lot of people remember being in college and there was a physical bulletin board where you could post, need a ride home Labor Day or Thanksgiving weekend. And I think now a lot of those boards are digital. And we have similar resources for these communities specifically. So yeah, we can help connect people. But yeah, go to our website, email us. You can also call us. The number is 916-234-6176. Or like I said, team@50corridor.com, or go to our website.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, and I think you asked about upcoming events.
Yes.
So we just wrapped up May is Bike Month, and we had so many events in May and like in March and April, kind of leading up to those events. So we're on a little bit of a hiatus over the summer. We'll probably be doing a little bit, but then probably starting in August, we'll do more bike repair events in the community. So we usually do them at Stone Creek Park in that area. Maybe a transportation fair where we sort of bring in different vendors and different providers. So you can kind of one-stop shop and try out an e-bike, or maybe learn about light rail and carpool matching and sort of get everything in one place. So we don't have a lot on the calendar at the moment, but starting up in August, we'll probably be back out in the community with our events.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much. This was so insightful, and we'll put your information in the comments and people can reach out to you, and be sure to let us know too when you do those bike repair events, and we'll be happy to post them on the website and everything. So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been a great partnership, and I'm glad to be working with you and just getting to know people better.
Thank you. Thank you. Same here. Have a great day.
Yep, you too.
Bye.
Bye.